Hello friends, today's question. Two blocks A and B of masses ma and mb have velocity v and 2v respectively at a given instant. A horizontal force F acts on block A. There is no friction between the ground and the block B, and the coefficient of friction between A and B is mu. Okay, so we have these four options and it's a multiple correct option. So the friction we are going to check whether which of the options is correct or are correct. Okay, so it is given that block A and B, they have different velocity. A is given as v and B is given as twice of that. So first of all, let's find out, write down some important things or conclusion which can be drawn from the figure as well as the information given. So first is that force is acting on block A. Second is, as they have different velocities, there will be relative motion between A and B. Okay, you can say as block A and B have different velocities, relative motion will be between the two. And it is given that velocity of B, or we can see that velocity of B is greater than velocity of A. Okay, you can see that velocity of B is greater than velocity of A. Okay. And because of that, block B will try to move block A along with it. Okay, you can say therefore block B will try to move block A along with it towards right side, towards right. Okay, and this is going to happen because of the friction between A and B. Okay, because of the friction between the two. It means it is the frictional force which is making the block A to travel along with block B. Okay, so from here we can say, thus it is the frictional force because of which block B is trying to move block A along with it. Okay, and if we say that frictional force is Fr. Okay, so for frictional force Fr, we can draw the independent free body diagram rather of A and B. Okay, so we can say that for frictional force Fr, so we have a block A and this is block B, and the velocity is 2v and its velocity is v. Now block B is trying to move block A because of the frictional force Fr. So on block A, now the frictional force will be acting in this direction towards the right side, and the force F is also acting along this, and equal and opposite will be acting on block B, that is Fr. Okay. For a frictional force Fr, you can say that Fr will act in forward direction, or we can say in right direction. In the right direction on block A, and for block B, it will be equal and opposite. For block B, Fr rather is equal and opposite, or we can say towards left. Therefore, we have first option, that is friction on A supports its motion. So motion of A is towards right and friction is also towards right. Okay, you can say that for block A, motion is towards right and friction is also towards right. From here we can say option 1 is correct. So option 1 is correct option. Okay, so this is one of the option. And second, we can also say that on block B, it is in the opposite direction of the motion. You can say for block B, friction is towards left and motion is towards right. So we can say that opposes motion. Therefore, friction opposes its motion. Okay, friction opposes its motion. So it means option number 3 is also correct. You can say option 3 is also correct. And we previously stated that there is relative motion between the two blocks. Okay, so we can say that as there is a relative motion between A and B, and friction always opposes the relative motion. So therefore we can say that on B opposes its motion relative to A. So we have option number 2 is also the correct one. So option 2 is also the correct one. So we can say that option 1, 2 and 3 are correct. So this completes the question. Thank you.